Video games have always been a huge part of my life, scaling from Overwatch, Smash, Minecraft, or even Call of Duty. But there was one series that has always stuck with me even more than Overwatch, and that series was Sonic the Hedgehog. Growing up, I've always been a huge Sonic fan. Whether it was the games, TV shows, or even now with the movies, the blue blur has always been with me. But for this video, we need to go back, all the way back to 2002. Sonic Mega Collection was released on November 10th, 2002. I was only like 4 months old at the time, but this game was a result of the Sega Dreamcast era coming to a close, and Sega stepping down from console business altogether. Instead, this was the start of a new era. Sega would now become a third-party developer, which meant that their games would appear on other consoles instead of theirs, which was really unheard of at the time. And what better way to introduce new audiences to Sega than with Sonic? Sonic Mega Collection was my first ever exposure to the Hedgehog. I remember my older brother having this game but never playing it. He was more fond of games such as Super Mario Sunshine or The Simpsons Hit and Run. But I was always so intrigued by these cool, colorful looking characters that I just had to give it a shot when I got the chance. And when I say I was blown away, trust me, I was blown away. Sure, I had an NES and a Super Nintendo as a kid, but I've never ever seen a side-scroller go so fast before in my life. How could my brother not like this? I knew I needed more. I would later spend most of my early childhood constantly playing this game, indulging in Sonic's early adventures in Sonic the Hedgehog 1, 2, 3, Sonic and Knuckles, and even Dr. Robotnik's Bean Machine. Yeah, that one's really weird. For some reason they used the American design in The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog instead of normal Dr. Robotnik, but we'll just ignore that for now. Anyways, this was the perfect collection to have as a kid, and that was all thanks to the extras menu. Sonic Mega Collection has a really unique home menu that's just filled with so much charm, and even if you never played the series, you get a somewhat nostalgic feeling, which really just sets the standard for other collections at the time, except for Sonic Gems. That one's just a really bad menu design. I first played this game when I was in very early elementary school, so I was constantly absorbing so much knowledge about this hedgehog and his past. I had character bios, comic book covers, an entire comic to read, and so many other pictures to see too. I was still learning how to read at the time, so like when I would practice reading with these comics, it was really cool. I also should have brought this up when I first mentioned the extras menu, but can we just appreciate the music in this collection? Like, this song here gets the player ready to experience all the history of Sonic. Listening to this song today takes me all the way back to when I was just a little kid, trying to learn about this hedgehog, reading these comics, looking at these pictures, watching these movies. Wait, I didn't even mention the movies. So the extras menu also included movies. Well, not actual movies. Imagine how cool it'd be to actually have the full Sonic OVA in this.
You might know everything I'm going to do, but that's not going to help you since I know everything you're going to do. Strange, isn't it?
But these would mostly consist of the opening cutscenes to Sonic CD, but also include the good and bad endings for Sonic CD as well. But around the time this collection came out on the GameCube, Sonic Adventure DX and Sonic Adventure 2 Battle also made their way onto the GameCube. But I grew up in a very small town, so I was never able to experience Adventure 1 or 2 as a kid, but oh my gosh, these trailers were incredible as a kid. Hearing the really fast guitar riffs of Live and Learn, seeing all these new characters like Rouge and Shadow, and seeing, oh, you can play as Eggman in this, it was just so much as a kid. I really wish I played this growing up. I eventually got to experience it in my later years, but that's a story for another day. And to top it all off, there's also a trailer for Sonic Advance 2, which also has really good music, but I only had Sonic Advance 1 and 3 as a kid, so this game was kind of like a fever dream to me because I could never find it at the only GameStop in my town. Originally, I had wanted to make a video talking about the history of this game, but I honestly thought that was kind of boring. I wanted to talk about my history with this game. Sonic Mega Collection truly did its job for me. It turned a Nintendo kid into a hardcore Sonic fan for his entire life. I would later grow up to move to new places, meet new people, make new friends, and do things I would never even imagine I would do. but Sonic has always taught me to follow my dreams and to always believe in what is right. So I really should be saying thank you. Thank you, Sega, for changing my life for the better. I wasn't around for the great marketing you guys did against Nintendo or Sony, but you did an amazing job at creating characters and memories for millions of fans. But most importantly, thank you, Sonic. You've taught me that life truly has endless possibilities. By the way, the best Sonic game is Sonic Unleashed, and I will die on that hill.